Good evening, people. Oh, cameras.
Cameras a bit more.
Cameras having a spell there. Anyway, we've been doing a few reviews over the last few days, and one thing I forgot, we forgot to do an Ninkasi, didn't we? Because we're going to do a redo of it. Obviously, it's a limited edition keg coming in on the Perfect Draft. It was meant to be limited. There was never coming back. It's come back now twice. We purchased another one in here. Actually, we didn't purchase one. It was the last ones of my King of Perfect Draft. They actually sent us that when they went to send us the other one, but let's just not worry about that, shall we say? We got what we got, didn't we?
The mistake was my game, because I do like this.
And apparently the Ninkasi IPA hasn't been that good. And you wasn't that keen on the bottle.
Yeah, we did try a bottle. We brought it back, didn't we?
We brought it back from Ninkasi in France, in Lille, wasn't it? No, not Lille, Lyon.
Yeah, that's one.
And yeah, we were going to review it, which we wish we had done now, wasn't it? But I don't know, she was doing my head one day and I thought I'll give her that as a touchy on bit.
Well, I just drank it.
I would say to you, I tell you what I have got for you, what was got lost at the back, an Ninkasi Amber Ale.
Okay, that will be
I don't know what it's like, but just to try. Anyway, we're going to do the flower lager again because we feel, since the time when it came out, obviously it's some time ago now, obviously things change and everything, because I went more on to the Mount Blanc, didn't I, which came out pretty much the same time. And then, after really liking the Ninkasi, a few times on it, I wasn't so sure, was I? But that was because I listened to certain other people's reviewing, mentioning no names, Mr. Simmer, Mr. Bazza, and it kind of, I don't know, it made me change. So we want to give it another.
I think floral beers can be a little bit hit and miss with people. You either enjoy the style or you don't. So let's give it a little bit of a taste and tell you exactly how it tastes.
And in, this time, the Ninkasi glass.
Yeah.
That we didn't have last time. I won't show you the pour. It's not the beginning of the cake. Michelle's already been...
Already dipped into this one.
At it, shall we say? Yeah. The keg, I mean. So, won't need a picture because we can find a thumbnail, many things. So there you go. Look at that. That's how you pull a perfect draft keg. I always told people. 2-finger head, bang on. It looks lighter than what I thought. I've got an Ninkasi in there, haven't I? I'm not that stupid. Yeah, I carried the keg in earlier. It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it just looks lighter.
Yeah, it has got that floral aroma. This is brewed with the
Petals,
acacia.
Acacia, yeah.
Flower petals, which is a little white flower.
Which I did say, that sort of thing put me off, but...
I think when you say floral to a lot of people, they imagine a bowl of potpourri with the really artificial, really floral kind of scent. Something like disinfectant you wash floors with. For me, floral notes are really subtle. They are barely there. They're really natural smelling and tasting. This is...
yeah, it was the... what do you call it? The sweetness.
Yeah.
That confused me. And we did tie it in with like Hertong Bock because it had that Bock kind of thing. Although in that way it doesn't go towards that, does it?
No, it's got hints of honey, hints of jasmine flower. There's just those slight, subtle floral notes in there.
It's a great alternative for people, I think.
Yeah.
But for me, I did kind of change, didn't I? And obviously, when you had it in France, when we were in France, I was like, oh, I'm not sure now.
Okay.
And obviously, when Michelle was sampling it the other night, I did have a sample, and I wasn't really sure, was I? So, after you, let's go, see what we get. It's only one of the moves. By the time we put this review out, it'll probably be sold out again anyway, but you can't just kind of rush this and rush that. But Michelle was really pleased because obviously it was one of her favourites. I can see where I enjoyed it, and there is a sweetness, especially at the end, but it's not overpowering like some said. And I'm not into my sweet things. Well, I'm into sweet chocolates and things, but when it comes to alcohol, I prefer the bitterness at the end to this. I prefer a Pilsner bite or a sour bite or the Weizen banana.
It has a lovely light, really refreshing kind of taste, which reminds you of a summer's day. You have got those floral notes. They're really subtle. It's nothing that's going to make you go, oh, it tastes of potpourri. It's not like that.
No, it's nothing like that.
The acacia flower is slightly like a sugar snappy kind of taste. You are getting hints of honey in there, and you're getting a full maltiness there as well.
But you do get on the end though. What people were saying, the people that weren't so sure of it, were saying it's the sweetness that you get on the end. Now, I think that's more sweeter this time around than the original keg we had on the first release. It's still got some of the powerful flavours in it, and I get that, but you think of that aftertaste there, was that the same aftertaste that you were getting 6-7 months ago? I'd say no. That's just me. You might say it's totally the same.
Without trying it head to head, it's almost
Yeah,
impossible
I know,
to tell.
but if you think back, and you think back to what we said in that original review, we were not getting that sweetness.
I think that the honey is a little bit more pronounced in this brew than it was in the last one. I'm tasting that a little bit more than I did last time, but it's still not sickly or sweet.
No, it's not. Well, it's sweet, but it's not sickly. It is quite sweet, but especially at the end. But the thing was, there was people that got it later on and reviewed it, and obviously I watched other reviews because I'm keen to see, especially something I've reviewed, to see how it compares to what we said. There's no right or wrong from it. You could say it's not sweet, I say it's really sweet. Obviously that's an opinion, but as I say, I wanted to try it again, and I did try it the other night, but I'd had a few with you here, and I thought, oh, I'm not so sure about that now.
Maybe that is what you're picking up on, because that honey is a little bit more pronounced this time for me.
That's definitely different to the original batch. Definitely. I can tell it straight away on the aftertaste, because I'm not going to score that big because of the aftertaste.
I still like it. It still comes across as really
No, you liked it
refreshing.
the other night. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, for me, and it does reiterate with what I've watched and seen, since obviously we had the first release that came over to England. It was only released as a limited edition keg. Obviously it done really well, so it's come back, and it's come back again since then, hasn't it? And I think there's been 3 releases now.
I think it might have been a little bit more bitter on the end. I think the balance isn't quite as good as it was the first time. Although I'm not going to knock it, I still really enjoy it. I think the blended flavours in there.
It's got 3/4 of a keg. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with it. But as I say, when I go back to what I said originally, for me it's like I'm not drinking the same keg. And obviously you can't get that keg again from the first release. That's long gone. I get that. I don't know whether the recipe changed, whether I changed, whether whatever, but it reiterates what other people have said as well, which was why I was so keen to...
I think what it is with this, the honey is a little bit more pronounced, but I'm still finding it quite well balanced, because it has that kind of elderflower taste to it, which has a kind of grapey taste, but it's still a little bit, there's a little bit of sourness, a little bit of tartness that comes with elderflower. And I think that is what is balancing this drink off and making it really pleasant. I don't find it horrible.
Okay, we can't agree on everything, can we? For me, I've got to say no. And the more, as we paddle over there, I'm not going to re-rate this in a way or anything, or go down that road, right? But the more I'm drinking, the more I'm picking up of a sickness that I don't particularly like, if I'm honest.
But you've got even more picky about things being sweet over the
Yeah,
course of
yeah.
time.
I like alarm barrel. That's the hellies.
Yeah, but it isn't particularly sweet.
Yeah, it's just an opinion.
I know, it's just an opinion.
A correct
For me,
opinion.
I think I originally rated this a 9. It's still an 8 to 9 for me. It's got a nice balance. It's refreshingly different with the floral notes. I like it.
If I was rating this, I'd give it a 5 if I was being generous.
There we go.
not gonna say
We all
anymore.
like different things.
I do feel it's different to what I originally tasted, but there's something Bazza says about Ninkasi. Average thing is only going to be an average. And I'm not going to say anymore. Watch his channel. Bonjour.